Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in for another video of mine. Today we are going to go over my current Pokemon card collection. So on a previous video, or on my previous video that I did for my opening, I wanted to go over my current cards because right now my goal is to complete my card collection for full art trainers. Now for criteria for my full art trainers, honestly they just have to me look good. I'm not in particular trying to complete a collection, though that would be nice, but I'm looking for more of the older sets. So again, stuff prior to I believe it was prior to Sun and Moon, so Black and White era is what I'm looking for, and then again from Sun and Moon and up, of course, is what I want. So my goal for full art trainers is literally just to collect good looking full art trainers that I think is really pretty. And then my second goal again is to get full art trainers for items, so the gold item cards. And then my third goal literally is just to get nice full art looking Pokemon cards. So it could be cheap, it could be expensive, but of course expensive ones are very nice. But again, I just want to show off my collection, see what I have, compare it to yours, and tell me what you think. So here we go. Alright, so this is my card collection. I want to start with pretty much my oldest set of full art cards. And right away you can tell my first set is pretty much the popular cards during the Black and White era. So we got the Encar from, I believe, Noble Victories. Skyla, Bianca, these were pretty much the heavy hitters during this time that cost a lot of money. And even when I played online, I think Skyla and N were the most sought out cards, just because, again, Skyla, just like right now, is just a really strong staple for just digging out item cards that you need. N was pretty much the card to reshuffle your deck and mess up your enemy while getting a new hand for yourself. So these two cards were just very strong in general during that era. Bianca, I believe, was just a really good looking card, a useful card, but just very good looking, and I do like the way she looks. Professor Juniper, I initially did not like this card as much, but after just like spending so much time looking for her, I grew to like her a lot more. So Juniper is kind of close to my heart, and probably to me not the best looking card, but there because he's just a character that people liked or knew. Not a bad looking card, not the worst looking card, but it's okay. Cheren. And then we immediately moved to Sun and Moon era. So I believe these sets here, let me go back up real quick. These sets here are from the EX days, and they're very cherished cards. To kind of give some background on me, these cards, to give a quick background on the collection of these and how I obtained them. I did not pull for these when these cards came out, so all these cards here are second hands. I bought usually on Mercari or eBay, just looking for a good deal at the time. So for example, the N cards, I have several copies of these just because I was not particularly impressed with some of the previous ones. So I have 3 of these right now, and I put the best one in the back. So there was one that was lightly played. It didn't look very good, but I think the biggest thing is there's a speckle here. I could not get that out for the life of me, but all the other ones don't have that speckle. They are, to be fair, this is another backing that I'm not sure is part of it, but at the same time I'm pretty sure it's not that good. But anyway, so they're all different conditions. Hopefully I get these graded one day, but I'm looking forward to it. So I got 3 of these guys. Skyla, I believe I have 2 of those as well. Let me double check. I believe I have 2 of these guys. Yeah, I got 2 of them. So I got 2 Skylas as well. It's been a while since I looked at these on the conditions, but again, I put the nice ones in the back for myself just because I want to kind of protect them as much as possible. But I do hope to one day get these graded. Look how nice that looks. They're such good looking cards. I hope whoever has these cards could vouch for me. These cards are very good looking. I love the way they look. Such good looking cards. Okay. I only have one of Bianca and one of Juniper, I believe. Actually, no, sorry, take that back. So I only have two of Bianca as well. Very nice card. I think that, look at the blemishes kind of like right there. Get rid of this one. But yeah, very nice looking card. I got these before the hike up. So these cards, when I bought them at the time, were pretty much underneath 50 bucks. Maybe around $30 or less is what I bought them for. The only card I got only a single of is the Juniper. I believe the Chair, and I do have 2 copies as well. So yeah, these are some of my favorite cards from this era, and I hope to just collect more because I just love the way they looked. Honestly, I could collect these forever. So okay, so we move to Sun and Moon very quickly because they're the latest ones, and I organized it by first female trainers, and then like the most pretty ones that I liked, and then, you know, the okay ones. So again, Lily, you know, the story behind this Lily card is, so this card was popular prior to the you know, mass explosion that had occurred right now, and then all these trainer cards are going for pretty crazy prices. I bought this Lily for, I swear to God, $30, maybe $32 at the time, and that was a really good deal because I think they were selling for $34 or $35. So I got a few bucks off of it. It was really hard to find it kind of cheaper than that. So I was very lucky to get the price I did, and in really good condition. Now this card is running for, I believe, like over $100 easy. Maybe like 120 or 150. It's really crazy how much this card costs right now. So I got very lucky because it is a good looking card. It really is, and I'm kind of scared, but at the same time would not be surprised if the value of this card stayed the way it is. So if you own a Lily card, let me know what you think. If you think it's going to drop in price or stay the same. I think after the hype or even later in the year, it's going to be a pretty strong card to go up in value. So very surprised at the movement in this card. Now these 2 cards at the bottom, we got Marnie, Cynthia, and Rosa, and this Cynthia is from, I believe, the hidden set. Basically another strong staple, but I think it looked better than her old card. Mainly because I like Garchomp in the back, but I think this is the better looking Cynthia of the old one. The Rosa card was actually, to me, also a good looking card. I think the way she's positioned with the Pokeball, it looks really good. It's very bright, just fun to look at. Marnie, I'm pretty sure, and I'm a little skeptical. I felt like she was just going to be a strong card because she's a popular character, but after kind of looking at it for a while, I'm not quite sure. So both of these cards I bought around the $50 price range. I might have bought Marnie a little more expensive than Cynthia actually, and the current price for both these cards are pretty much the same compared to the Lily earlier. And actually, I believe the Rosa is, if not more expensive than both the Cynthia and the Marnie. I believe either 1, it's because people maybe overpulled Cynthia, or 2, everyone's pulling Marnie, hence why the prices are the same. Rosa, though, it's just a good looking card. So I believe this Rosa and the Lily, both these cards are just going to go up in price. And to me, it's kind of self-explanatory because these cards are just so good looking. So I'd say this first page is my prized possessions, just because I think they're the best looking cards so far in full art trainers. So let's keep going. Let's do that again. Cut. So I believe those cards are the best looking cards in my collection right now, and then we'll just keep going and well. So I believe those are my best looking cards, and probably, if not, some of the most expensive cards in my collection, surprisingly. But I do cherish them, and I don't ever want to sell my cards. I just want to collect and collect and collect. So moving on. So we have Erica's Hospitality in this next row, Green's Exploration, Misty's Favor, Sabrina's Suggestion, Malo and Lana, and then Roller Skater. So, of these, I think actually Misty's Favor, I was surprised how much it went up in price. Green's Exploration, I believe, is just generally a good card. And Eric's Hospitality, I think Erica is also a popular old school gen gym leader that's really attractive. So I believe these top 3 cards will hold value for a while. I'm not too surprised about Misty. I think Misty as a character and just the card itself looks very good. So I would hang on to your Misties in my suggestion. I would hang on to your Misties. That's my prediction and my suggestion. I believe this card will go up in value. For the 2 old gym leaders, Sabrina and Erica, I would also hold on to those. I'm pretty sure I bought Erica's Hospitality for maybe like $10, if not less. And then Sabrina's Suggestion, I think I got this for like $5 or $8 at the time. And they've just grew in value more than what they are right now, and I feel like, and I'm pretty sure that these will also grow in value just because they are popular gym leaders that people who are getting back into it now will recognize and want to collect. So hang on to those cards would be my suggestion. As for the rest, Roller Skater, I think it's a pretty good looking card. It's very fun to look at, but Malo and Lana is just again a staple right now for a lot of the TCG. I think it's really cool having 2 characters on there as well. That it looks like a pretty good card. So I would think Malo and Lana would also grow in price. I do like the card as well. I think it's really cool to have 2 characters like this, and it's very uncommon for sure. The last one on these pages is a B, Skyla, and Janine. I'm not a fan of the Rainbow Ultra Rares or Secret Rares of these, actually. When they first came out, even for the Pokemon, and they did Rainbow Rares, I just didn't like it because I just like seeing the true colors of the character or the Pokemon on there. I like the swirlies in the background, I like textured in previous ones, but when it comes to Rainbow, I get what's supposed to mean, but I'm not a personal fan of it. I hope those who are enjoy it just as much, because the Rainbow Rares are actually, for the trainers at least, are cheaper than the default color versions, and I believe that's the reason why just the default color, the true color to that character or that Pokemon is successful, because they can understand who the character is, and it's just more attractive to look at, in my opinion. So not a big fan of the Rainbow Rare sets for trainers. I don't plan to collect those, but this one I pulled. It was a pretty cool pull, but I'll still keep them, but not what I'm looking for. I want the regular version. This Skyla, compared to the first Skyla, is not as good. I mean, there's this one, and just to go back to show the other Skyla, like, there he is. Look at her. This Skyla is so much better. You have like her full body, pretty much thigh up. She's prominent in the picture. She just looks, to me, a lot better than this one. I think the pose on the new one is very unique, I think, as an artist, because I draw as well, and I really appreciate dynamic views, and this dynamic view is interesting, but I feel like because there's a big space right here, I feel like that's lacking a lot of composition, and you're kind of losing Skyla as a person here. So you could recognize it's her immediately, just by her hair, her trademark colors, but I feel like composition wise it's not a strong looking card. So I feel like this Skyla is not as good, and I would not be surprised if she depreciated or stayed the same in value. Janine, I kind of like this card, maybe because of the muted colors, but she's not a bad looking card. Quite honestly, I just don't think she's a popular character, but I think the card is not a bad looking card, to be quite honest. Moving on, we have, whoopsies. So we have Pokemon Fan Club. Now, this is probably one of the cheaper cards that was back then. I believe I bought this for like $3 or $5. Most of these cards were also used back in the day as staples, just to pull basic Pokemon. But I find that it's unfortunate because it's a pretty card. I like, again, it's uncommon to find multiple people on one trainer card. So to have 3 characters, you know, the kid, the mom, the dad, it's so cute, and it's underappreciated. And I hope more people appreciate the multiple characters on this. To me, it's really well done. The artwork's fantastic. The colors are bright. I love it. So the Pokemon Fan Club, the old one back then, was a great looking card. So moving on to the ends. Surprisingly enough, I believe this end right here is a better looking end than the original. I'm usually a fan of the original composition. Again, this one's a little more dynamic, but what I don't like about this card is because he's darker up here, and I believe that's intentional, with his hat and just down here. So there's not a lot of light on him as a whole in the card and the artwork. This one, even though it's the same thing, both ends have like a lot of darkness on them because that's how N is. I think composition wise and personality wise, it shows a lot more here compared to this one. So this one, you get a whole body shot, like a really nice one, just a little bit too dark for my liking. This one, you have more than, you have a pose that expresses more of what he's doing. I think it's just more attractive. So to me, look wise, this is the better looking end, but price wise, different story. I believe this end is more commonly pulled, so cheaper, and then this one will probably be next. So of the 3 ends, the oldest one, because you know it's the oldest one, would be the most expensive, and then next expensive, and then the third. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but again, just my general opinion. Moving on, we have the boys. So we have Red Challenger, and then we got Blue's Tactics, and then Brock. When I first saw these cards, I knew like these are gonna go up in value. I mean, these 2 alone are not only good looking cards, but they're iconic. So I was trying to get these at a good price at the time. I believe I got this one for maybe $15 or $12. Blue's Tactics was definitely cheaper than Red's Challenger, so I believe I got this for maybe $8. But now both, like, Red is easily over $100 as well. I think Blue's is just under $100, but I mean compared to what it bought him at, it's crazy. Same with Brock's Grit. I think it's an interesting card. I think people are underappreciating it, but at the same time, I think a lot of people pulled this card. But Brock's Grit's not that bad look-wise, but price-wise, I think because there's a lot out there, I don't think he's going to be worth more than, to me, like, I would be surprised if he reached $40, put it that way. But still a good-looking card. But that I like seeing all the guys here in the middle together, so I put them together, and they just look great. So very happy with my collection there. And then moving on to Volkner and Professor Oak and Guzma. So this card I wanted to get at the time because, again, it was a staple. I believe in decks. It's a strong card. I don't like the character too much, and I don't like the card too much. I got it just because I knew it was going to be a card people wanted probably in the future, but again, I don't really plan to sell it. Professor Oak setup, again, an iconic character. I needed him. I believe I got him for also maybe just as much as Blue. And he's running pretty strong, so again, a card I would keep if you have him. Volkner, I definitely underappreciated. I don't think he's the most attractive picture of him, but I am very sure that because he's a popular character, just because he's here, he's going to go up in price. So if you have Volkner, just hang on to Volkner. So of this page, I would definitely hang on to Red, Blue, Professor Oak, and Volkner would be my picks. But yeah, one of my favorite pages, and as you can see, all male trainers. So going to the male trainer side. Alright, so we're kind of nearing the end of my full art collection. I don't have much, but as you can see, I could talk about them all day. I just love the full art trainers that I have, and they're the ones that are coming out, and I hope to add more. So, to go over this section quickly, Sycamore, Koga's Trap, Hiker, we got Jesse James, Giovanni, and Alistair, and then at the very bottom, Bede. So, Professor Sycamore, I think the card's pretty cool. I don't know why they chose our artwork. It's very animated, but there's something about it that I feel like it could be improved upon. I don't think it shows his face, or I don't know. Maybe I'm not a fan of it. Maybe you are. I'm just not. Maybe it's the orange in the background. I don't think it matches very well. Either way, he might be a popular character. It might be a rarity thing, but not a bad card. I am a sucker though for Koga's Trap. I love playing poison decks, so on the Pokemon trading card game online, like I run Koga cards like all four, just because I love poisoning things. So I have a personal attachment to this card, but I think it's a great looking card, honestly. He's also an old school character. I feel like this card will go up in value as well. So it's a useful card. It's a fun card. It's a character that people know, and it's not a bad looking card. So I'd keep him if I were you. Hiker, I would say it's Hiker. No, not my taste in character wise, and it's okay. Though I feel like Jesse James, I think everyone in the world has this card who pulled Pokemon cards. It was so easy to pull. I think these things were like pretty much like $2 or $4 at most. And I got it just because I thought it was a cool looking card when I first saw it. And it is a cool looking card. Right now, it's going to me way more than it's worth. So, I'm pretty sure this card will go down in value just because it's probably a lot out there, but it is a fun card. I think it's a very fun card and a good looking card, but yeah, that's all I can really say about it. I think it's overvalued right now, but a nice card. Giovanni, not a fan of the character, but I think the latest one, Boss's Orders, looks a lot better. Unfortunately, I don't have that one. This one's just too dark for me, but it's Giovanni. If you like bad guys, maybe it's a good looking card to you. I have no opinion on Alistair. It just looks like a character with mask on that looks like they're sad, I guess. And then there's Bede. I don't know what to say about Bede besides it's Bede, guys. I think also people pulled this card a lot, and I don't think there's any personal attachment a lot of people have to this character in the trading card world. So I would not be surprised if it went down from its current value or goes down to its old value, which was probably the same price as Jesse and James. So I don't know, $4, $5. Beads are out there, guys. There's a lot of beads. Lastly, I really like what they did with the Cosmic Eclipse set with these special cards. I don't have them all, unfortunately. I think I'm missing a couple, maybe 2 or 3. But I was very fortunate to get the Pikachu one with red on there and Pikachu. I believe it was the best looking card. I did pull a lot of Cosmic Eclipse, and I was surprised I didn't even pull one of these guys. So if you do have Pikachu from the Cosmic Eclipse set with the trainer in the background, hang on to that. Right now it's worth, I think, over $50, and I bought this card for $5 or something like that, or less. So I'm shocked how much it went in value, but I don't blame him. I understand. Hang on to that card. As for everything else on here, Wishiwashi, Mimikyu, Torkoal Steelix, Galadade, Magnemite, and Excadrill. They're all good looking cards. They really are. I think it was a very nice set they released. I would get them graded if you can. My personal favorite would probably be, besides, to me, Pikachu. It's just a more anime cartoony looking feel. I think it looks the best. But artwork wise, I like the Mimikyu one a lot. Let me go with the Mimikyu. So the Mimikyu one, I believe, has really good artwork. I love like how it's kind of soft and pastel-y. And honestly, my next favorite would be Excadrill. I have no attachment to this character. I have no attachment to Excadrill, but I feel like art-wise, it's beautiful. Like the colors are great. You have the setting. Excadrill looks like it kicks some butt, and the coloring is fantastic. So I actually think this is a pretty good looking card. It will probably be devalued, I just basically because he's not a popular character, but I do appreciate the artwork on this card. So one of the better artworks, I believe, of the set. So Wishiwashi is also probably by the same artist, actually. Is it? Let's go check. No, they're not. All right. Are they all different artists? Oh, I think they are. Yeah, I think they're all actually different artists. But I do like the artwork for the Wishiwashi as well. Doing underwater like artwork as a whole is pretty hard. So, yeah. Other than that, last but not least, I'll wrap it up here just with my very small set of my golden item cards. So the Cherish Ball, Quick Ball, and the Memory Capsule. And I actually pulled all three of these, and I'm quite proud that I did. When I pulled them back then, I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And that was when I was like, you know, I love these item cards, and even playing online, I think the item cards look really cool. So I have a great appreciation for the artist who draws generally the item cards. I think the gold looks really good and makes it look very premium, so I'm a fan of this type of collection. So I do hope to increase it as time goes by, but for now, all my money is gonna go to full art cards. So that's a wrap on that. I'll go over the rest later just because I talk so much about my cards. But I hope you enjoyed going over my collection with me. I hope if you have any opinions to share about what I said, either through the prices, what cards you think are going to increase in price, decrease in price. If you want to share your collection as well, please post a link. I'd love to see it. I love seeing what people are collecting. Like for example, Leonhardt mentioned that people collect the little swirlies. If for those rare cards have like a little swirl holographics in the background, I think that's awesome. And I started seeing it more, and I was like, you know what, these are pretty awesome. So let me know what your collection is like. Let me know how you feel about my collection. To give a preview for next time, I hope to go over my other Pokemon cards. So you can see I have a Charmander collection, some other EXs. My Pokemon collection isn't too expansive. I'm not very personal to me. I just kind of put some stuff I do like on there. So I'll probably go over those at a later time. But I am mainly focused on getting those full art trainers. Alright. Okay, so other than that, thank you all for joining me and going over my collection. I hope you enjoyed that. So leave a comment, leave a like. Appreciate you stopping by, and have a great day. Thank you. See you guys.